So I get lots of clients that come in and they talk to me because they are just not connected to their work. I get it. It's my purpose. My purpose is to help people experience fulfillment through the work they do. Hello, it's Christopher Lawrence. I am filming from my office today at Change My Life Coaching. I should show you my cool green wall, Professional Coaching and Consulting Center, Life, Leadership, and Business. So that's what I do, but what do you do, and do you love it? Do you love your job? And what does self-awareness have to do with whether or not you like your job? So I get lots of clients that come in and they talk to me because they are just not connected to their work. I get it. It's my purpose. My purpose is to help people experience fulfillment through the work they do. Because I'll tell you what, you've got one life to live as far as we actually know. And if you're not connected to your work, the place that you spend the most time with, then what are you doing there? So lots of times clients come in and we go through a process and they change their job. But a whole bunch of my clients actually keep the same job that they've always had. But they go in with fresh thinking and a shift in their perception. So what does self-awareness have to do with that? Well, how we start to change that is we help these people. And what you might think about for yourself is, what do you like when you show up at work? What's your attitude like? What's your mindset like? What's your thinking like? Are you thinking positively or are you dreading it? Because the interesting thing about all this is that it's a choice. You don't have to dread it, but you can. I've been there. Trust me, I've been in a place where I worked for many years, completely miserable. I was 50 pounds heavier than I am now and medicated for depression and anxiety and everything else. And I was incredibly unhappy. I needed to make a change. In hindsight, one of the changes that I wish I would have started with was actually shifting my expectations around work. Instead of, blaming my employers for something or a coworker or something like that, taking more full responsibility for it. So I strongly encourage you to look at yourself first. Notice your thoughts. Write your thoughts down. It doesn't mean that what you're doing is wrong. It's just about creating awareness. We call it acute self-awareness, and there's nothing cute about it. I'm just kidding. It can be cute sometimes, I guess. But the idea behind acute self-awareness is that you get down to the minutia of the way your brain works, how you show up, what you do when you're there, and you can start to pinpoint certain things. Like, for example, I noticed that my week actually almost always goes better if I don't have a meeting on Monday mornings. So I try not to do meetings on Monday mornings as much as I can because I just don't like to start my week that way. It's a simple change that I made that said, I told my team, look, I'm not at my best on Monday mornings. If we could avoid doing meetings on Monday mornings, then that's a really good thing that we could do that will help me show up at work and be my very best. And it's okay to make those requests. So this is how acute self-awareness, getting to know yourself really, really, really well in a deep kind of way, then you can start to shift your expectations and attitudes and perceptions around work. And sometimes we can actually learn to love our job all over again. Now, why would we want to do that if you can just leave and go somewhere else? Well, for some people, leaving isn't an option. I live in Calgary, Alberta. It's been a little bit of a tough employment market for the last few years here. And as a result of that, lots of people are not happy at their work, but they've got to keep their jobs because there's nowhere else for them to go right now, unless they plan on picking up and moving to another place in the world. They got to stick it out. So in cases like that, you might need to learn to love your job. Maybe you're somebody who doesn't really like change, and you're like, I really don't want to have to go through this whole process of finding a new job again or anything else. That's a really good reason to learn to love your job all over again, and it's absolutely possible. And the cool thing is, when you do that, it's amazing how much sometimes you can influence things at work to get even more of the tasks that you enjoy doing and live even more of your values through the work that you do. So that's me talking about acute self-awareness. Christopher Lawrence, Change My Life Coaching, career and life coach. Feel free to check us out, changemylifecoaching.ca. We do also, you can see it here, we do also have a leadership and business side as well with my business partner, Kyle Clue. You can check him out, changemybusinesscoaching.ca, and we'll catch you on the flip side. I don't even know what that means. Does anybody know what that means? If you know what catch you on the flip side means, please put it below and let me know. Thanks.